Ester Gordon was a child of a wealthy family in Riga, Latvia. There are several photos that exist of her at her home. There's a photo of her with her father, who was a noted businessman, in a beautiful garden. She was an adored child. And what happened in Riga, Latvia is truly one of the most horrific Holocaust slaughters. It was Friedrich Jeckeln, the architect of the slaughter, the Nazi official. They told the people that they were getting relocated. They had armed soldiers on a walkway into the forest. They had Jewish prisoners dig these trenches that were like inverted stepped pyramids. What they would do is get the people out of town, have them stripped of their clothing, march to these pits, and they wouldn't waste bullets. Each person got one bullet. Naked, you marched into the pit. You were turned, faced away, and shot in the head one time. 25,000 people were murdered in 2 days.
Tell us about how you went from that horrific, almost unimaginable, dark part of human history to this scene that we have before us.
I saw her on her tricycle, and I just imagined her having fun riding through town, and I wanted to emphasize fun and fantasy and circus, that she's partnered with her pet elephant, and the elephant is a highly intelligent animal, but also the elephant never forgets, and the elephant is not going to forget her, and the elephant is not going to forget the Shoah.
I can't help but, when I look here, it's not a yellow brick road, but it is the perspective of this road coming from the horizon line, coming right to us. She's on the road, a bit more optimistic, and I love how you rendered the elephant. I love the little bunnies, and she's got a pretty upbeat face considering what befell her.
I wanted the painting to be the furthest opposite possible of the unimaginable, tragic, terrifying death she suffered.
What I saw in the painting and struck me was the elephant and the empty street. So the girl is riding her bicycle, and next to her an elephant. It's so surrealistic, this painting. So I really heard the marching of the elephant with the tuba and the low horn. This is the elephant for me, and of course it's advancing and going forward and forward, but always you have the steps, the heavy steps of the elephant. I love this painting, and this is also one of my favorite compositions.
I can see why. And it's a baby elephant, and often you talked about, sometimes you write a score to the general feeling of the painting and the photograph, and sometimes an element like birds or an animal will strike you. So your inspiration becomes, it's an eclectic use of what's in the painting.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Right.
I never know exactly what attracts me or what inspires me
you, yeah.
to make the music. But here it was the combination of the elephant. Okay, also a baby elephant would be bigger than her in reality.
Right.
Okay, it's the choice of Lauren to put it like that. But the empty street, look how empty it is. Well, I think this is an amazing painting, and it came out also, I think, powerfully from me.
I understand, Ella, that this is one of David Milch's favorite paintings. It is also mine and yours. And you did say that it's one of your favorite compositions.
Right.
But what I see, it's one of the most layered paintings, and also I think one of the most layered compositions. There are so many elements going on.
You know, I'm looking at the elephant.
Yeah.
One of his legs are. Lauren has this capacity of having motion in her paintings, and it gives me, it inspires me to give motion to my music. It's really amazing. I love this painting.
I look at this painting, one of my favorites, and it's surreal. That's the impression I get looking at this painting. You look at the road and it's kind of going off to nowhere, and this elephant, where did this elephant come from? And the two rabbits that are there, and this tricycle, and she's sitting there, her hands on the handlebars, the houses. It's almost like a Hollywood set. In fact, I remember when I saw this, and then the music that accompanies it is amazing. I thought of Fellini. I don't know why. Well, that's the whole idea, that the associations of paintings and music. And do you see these paintings in your dreams? I mean,
I do. I'm very influenced by the surreal painters, the magic realism writers, where reality is there, but it's not real. There's something just off enough that you know it couldn't have been. And I feel like that when I hear about these horrific events, that how could that have been real?
What I wanted to mention here, as we're talking about the surrealists, is that the Holocaust, to a normal brain, is a surreal experience. Imagine all of these girls that we see here that are so beautifully represented by you in a happy way, in a positive manner. I can only imagine when it was happening, the Holocaust, the unbelievability of everyone who was experiencing the nightmare. And also, I can only imagine the people who were committing the crimes, disjuncted.
and the velocity with which it happened, like this. In a period, you think that, to kill that many people must have taken a century. This is over a decade's period of time.
In the case of Riga, Latvia, it was within a year. It was very rapid.
Industrialization of genocide, of hurting people
she was
together.
living as a wealthy, young, adored girl in a family with a little brother, and it was so fast. And you think of how many thousands of complicit people there had to been for this to have happened. For me, this story is not finished. I'm still looking at the world and still feeling my hair on fire, my heart beating rapidly, that we are on a precipice of sorts. And I still feel these women and girls that want their stories told, that they're watching and they're guiding, and it's all I can think about right now. What can I do? And this is what I can do right now.
Well, playing off of that, this sense of responsibility that you feel, that I know Ella feels, that I feel, Paul, yourself, Jean, and everybody associated with LEDI, and this idea of acceleration, it's actually, being written about in the scientific and social literature. You say that the world is faster and there's no time to do things. That's trite. But really, in every measure, things are accelerating and the systems can't keep up. And we look out and we see in the big world all these things falling apart. And we retreat into our individual lives to try to sort of have some control in the face of things being out of control. And what bridges that? You've heard me say this. We believe art. Art bridges the sense of what is going on out there, and is there any way to get my head around it and protect my children or explain it to my children, etc. And maybe I should just retreat somewhere into the country or whatever. And art gives us at least a way of communicating this with others. It's what you've done, Lauren, and what Ella's done, what LEDI is all about in so many ways.
I salute you for having the vision and capacity to create these works of art. And it's almost as if you must. I mean, when I'm talking to you, it's not like you want to or you should or any of that you are compelled to do this. And for that, I want to thank you on behalf of myself and David and the whole LEDI team and all the people who will witness and enjoy and be made to think about things that maybe they wouldn't have otherwise.
And those viewing what we're saying here, you're part of this as well. Coming to the LEDI exhibition and telling your friends and family what is going on here, assuming it reaches you, it touches you. That's why we're doing this.